Welcome, this is Simple Editing Tips by Neil Thompson. We're going to be using Premiere Pro CS5 and we're going to be editing some war footage today. So here's Premiere Pro's setup, and what I'm going to do first is I'm going to show you the final product, let you see what we're going to be looking at today.
Yeah, on that last, I like on the last of the burst to make it away from you a little or something, yeah.
Ready, go. Alright, that was good.
We're losing round. Are they falling out? Yeah. Horribly. Every time I shake it. They weren't punched in there with the machine, so.
Okay, not too bad. As you can see, we've done lots of things to this footage to make it a lot better, more appealing to the viewer's eye. So here's what we're going to start out with first. The original footage does not look like this. In fact, it's a lot lighter in places and it looks kind of grainy. So we're going to turn off the timecode effect and the brightness and contrast. So this is what it originally looked like. Looks really saturated, kind of really high toned in areas. Not really warm. So let's turn that back on. Okay. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So first, after importing your footage, you want to select the one that you want, and then click and drag it and put it into the channel. And then trim it down to what you want, what size, and what you want to take out and all that. So now we're going to talk about brightness and contrast. So go down here to your video effects file. Click on color correction and scroll down. You can see all these little effects that you can do, but we're going to use the simple brightness and contrast. Click and drag that on. Okay. Then go over here to your effects control panel and click on the little arrow, and then you can toggle the brightness and contrast. Now I did -24 on brightness and 10 on contrast, but depending on your taste you can do whatever you want. That's why you have the toggle switches there. See, it kind of gives it those dark tones where I want it, and kind of even darkens up the little highlighted areas there. Okay. So the time code here is just a little thing. I just threw it in there just for fun, but it's also in your video effects folder. Scroll the way down to your video folder, and there it is. Same thing. Click and drag it on. It's just a little something. Just next thing that we're going to be looking at are the sound effects that go into making this clip what it is. Hold on.
Alright, that was good.
Something like that. Okay, so that's a 30 cal. So I googled 30 caliber sound effects, so I found one and pulled it out. Same thing, you're going to click and drag it down into one of these audio channels down here. I'm going to magnify a little bit, and there it is right there. So you just click and drag it in, and then you can trim it to whatever you want it to be. So line it up with when they're going to be actually shooting. And our audio is actually at 1.24 decibels. Normal audio is probably at 0.00, but seeing how we're pretty close to it, we're going to make it a little bit louder. So now that we got that in position on when they're actually firing, okay, so we got that right there. That's where they're going to be first, initial bullet comes out. Now what we need to do is we need to add in some visual effects. So I'm talking like muzzle flash. So I found one online. Go over here and click and drag it into place. And you want one with a black background, because Premiere Pro automatically deletes the background, and it makes it that much easier to edit. So that, well, okay, that was kind of big. So what we're going to do is we're going to select it, kind of pull it over here a little bit. Hold down the shift key and resize it. Keeps everything in proportion. Okay, that looks about right. Okay, and click and drag it over here into place. Right there at the end of the barrel. Okay, and I'm just showing you this real quick, but you could also rotate it into make it parallel with the barrel. Then go over here to your opacity and kind of change it a little bit. Somewhere around the 30s or 40s is probably good, especially during daytime because you don't really see muzzle flashes. what we're trying to do is we're trying to blend this in with the actual footage. So go up to your blend mode and select screen, and that kind of smooths it all into the actual footage as well. And then what you want to do is you can control copy all those and just place them into the positions that you want them. But then what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to motion track it, so because we don't want it to move. We want it to stay in that one spot like where it is right there. And it's only going to last one frame. So to do that, we go up here to motion, and you have a little position there with the time with the stopwatch. So right there, select when it first comes out. Right there. And then select the stopwatch. And then you can position it to where you want it to be, like there, and then excuse me, and then it won't move from then on. Definitely makes it a lot smoother. For this, it's not really too important, but in something where the camera's kind of shaking a little bit and you don't want that visual effect or object to move, you're going to have to physically motion track it throughout, so that way it stays in that general position. Okay, so once you have all your muzzle flashes up and in position according to your sound effects, you're looking pretty good. Let's delete this guy. Okay, and I think I have about 6 muzzle flashes on this just to make it look good, because it is a machine gun. So alright, so let's go ahead and save this, or Command S. Go up here to your sequence, and we're going to render it. So instead of rendering just the effects, we want to render in the entire work area, so that way it runs smoothly and it's easier to export. So once that, okay, here's the final product.
Yeah, on that last, I like how the last of the burst may get away from you a little or something, yeah.
Ready, go.
So those are the final look on everything.
Are they falling out? Yeah.
These weapons are fake, they're deactivated, they don't work. But as you can see, we made them look like they do. And those are some simple editing tips using Premiere Pro CS5. And thank you for watching.